Hi everyone! If you are new to my channel, my name is Rain. I'm currently living in Ireland with my husband for almost 3 years. We both love to travel and we've been visiting amazing places in this Emerald Island. Today, I would like to show you my top 10 natural places in Ireland, in no particular order. First on the list is Giant's Causeway. It is located in County Antrim on the north coast of Northern Ireland. It was declared as a World Heritage Site by UNESCO in 1986. The Giant's Causeway is an area of 40,000 interlocking basalt columns, the result of an ancient volcanic fissure eruption. Formed 50 to 60 million years ago during the Paleogene period, the Giant's Causeway resulted from successive flows of lava inching towards the coast and cooling when they contacted the sea. Layers of basalt formed columns, and the pressure between these columns sculpted them into polygonal shapes that vary from 15 to 20 inches in diameter and measure up to 82 feet in height. The columns are so perfect in shape that they look like they've been carved by humans. This place looks even more magnificent in person. Number 2 is Malin Head. Malin Head is located on the Dingle Peninsula, County Donegal, Ireland, and is the most northerly point of mainland Ireland. Malin Head is definitely a must-see in Ireland. It has outrageous views. It is one of the most impressive coastal scenery I have ever seen. Malin Head is a place that must be visited to understand its spectacular nature. The narrow roads to get to the parking lot, from which the trails along the coast begin, pass between farms where it seems that time has stayed still. Once you get out of the car and head towards the cliffs, you begin to understand why there are locations here with names like Hell's Hole or Devil's Bridge. Third on the list is Murder Hole Beach. Murder Hole Beach is a small, isolated beach on the north coast of Donegal. It is considered to be one of the most beautiful and unique beaches in both Donegal and Ireland. Murder Hole Beach is a true hidden gem along the Wild Atlantic Way. Murder Hole is Ireland's most mysterious secret beach. There are many legends explaining its peculiar name, but it is unclear which one gives this place its name, although many agree it's likely derived from the aggressive tidal currents that make swimming at the beach very dangerous. It is undoubtedly one of my top favorite places in Ireland. Number 4 is Errigal Mountain. Errigal is a 751 meter or 2,464 feet mountain near Gweedore in County Donegal, Ireland. It is the tallest peak of the Derryveig Mountains and the tallest peak in County Donegal. It is one of Ireland's most breathtaking and most photographed mountains. Errigal Mountain looks different depending on where you are. You can watch the striking peak of Errigal reflect on Dunluey Loch on a clear day. The beautiful silhouette of Mount Errigal can be photographed from many places. In the surroundings of this giant, we find lakes, rivers, mountain roads, and some churches. Errigal is very different depending on the place from which the mountain is admired, its sides being really different from each other. Number 5 on the list, Slieve Cliffs. The Slieve Cliffs are among the highest sea cliffs in Europe. These giants reach almost 600 meters above sea level, more than 3 times the height of the famous cliffs of Moher. The views here are spectacular. It felt like walking with the clouds. Below is the Atlantic waters swirling and splashing on the cliffs. We visited Slieve during our 2-week Wild Atlantic Way trip. We were very lucky that we experienced great weather, but of course, in a country known for its rainy weather, there is no exception. When we arrived on the cliffs, it started drizzling and became foggy. But we did not waste our limited time to be on the cliffs. If you want to know more about the details of our 2-week Wild Atlantic Way trip, check the link down below. Number 6 is the Benbulben Mountain. If you visit County Sligo, there is a mountain that dominates the landscape above all others. When the stunning beauty of Benbulben is first sighted, it is quickly understood as one of the greatest Irish poets in history, W.B. Yeats, found so much inspiration in this place that he chose to be buried in a nearby church from which the mountain can be seen. Legends are associated with Benbulben, but also important historical events. Its curious shape has its own origin in the Ice Age, when the glaciers that occupied this area forever transformed the limestone of its structure. Although you can climb to the top of the mountain, this time we opted to drive along the narrow roads and walk along the paths that are under its most characteristic side. Next to the coast of Sligo is the town of Mullaghmore. We can capture one of the most evocative images of Ireland. The scene with Benbulben Mountain, the road through fields full of cattle, and Classibon Castle looks more like a painting than a real scene. Number 7 is Downpatrick Head. From the edge of the Downpatrick Head cliffs, our eyes go immediately directly towards the impressive Dún Briste, one of the most incredible sea stacks in the world. This gigantic rock formation of 45 meters high separated from the mainland in 1393 after the falling of an arch that joined it to the rest of the cliffs. Many legends were created around this wonder of nature. There is even a fairly accepted story that tells of people living on its top and rescued with ropes when the landslide occurred. Today, Dún Briste continues to resist the force of the waves with which the Atlantic Ocean constantly hits it. This is a wild landscape which can only be understood well if it is visited in person, as the strong winds and the sea making its way under certain areas of the cliffs make the experience even more dramatic. Walking around here is still risky, and the word danger is written many times on signs throughout the area. Number 8 is Cliffs of Moher. Who does not know about Cliffs of Moher? It is the most famous spot in Ireland. Probably all who have visited this country have also seen these giants. Is it overrated or really worth visiting? Well, I must say that this place is one of those that you really need to see with your own eyes in person to appreciate how spectacular these cliffs are. There are many different trekking trails, but always be careful because there are parts that are not very safe. Due to its popularity, this place could get really crowded. However, we were lucky that when we visited these cliffs, it was almost we owned the whole place. We loved it here so much that we even went back twice. And if you're going to ask me if I will still go back, my answer would be yes. Number 9 is Dingle Peninsula. We already included Killarney and Dingle in our top 5 towns in Ireland video, but the whole Dingle Peninsula is such an amazing natural area that we included it in our top 10 too. The road that climbs up from the town of Dingle and crosses the Connor Pass is considered one of the most scenic drives in Ireland. From the pass, you have impressive views of the mountains and the many lakes in the area. Climb up the path next to the Connor Pass waterfall and you will reach Peddler's Lake, a beautiful glacial lake from which the views are also astonishing. Another must-visit in your trip to Dingle is the Slieve Drive. Follow the incredible road next to the sea until the westernmost tip of the peninsula and you will find Moher Head with the sharp rocks known as Devil's Horns. In the coast of Dingle, you cannot miss the view over Duncan Harbour. This small pier, with the winding road leading to it, is one of the most beautiful seascapes in Ireland, a wonderful location to see the sun setting behind the Blasket Islands and the Atlantic Ocean. We finish our top 10 with the famous Wicklow Mountains, known as the Garden of Ireland. This weekend getaway for the inhabitants of Dublin is located in the heart of County Wicklow, just 1 hour by car from the Irish capital. This monastic site in Glendalough is one of the most magical places in Ireland. The valley where these ruins are located, known as the Valley of Two Lakes. It seems taken from a fairy tale or from a J.R.R. Tolkien novel. You can hike around the lakes and mountains of this area and find little gems like the Polonus waterfalls. The Guinness Lake, nickname related to their former owners, or to the similarity of this lake to a pint of the famous black beer. This place is one of the sets of the famous TV series Vikings. It is said that supernatural beings have inhabited the Irish forest since ancient times. Legendary creatures such as leprechauns, gnomes, and fairies roam the trees of the island's lush mountains. From Celtic mythology, we hear stories of beings with supernatural abilities found in the bowels of nature on the Emerald Isle. A walk through one of the forests of the Wicklow Mountains leads us to quickly understand how so many stories of this type arose in Ireland. Green paradises where rain and humidity create truly magical conditions. We cannot wait to keep exploring this stunning country, and we are sure that we will have to do another top 10 natural places in the future, as it is so difficult to choose between so many wonders. Meanwhile, if you want more detailed information to travel to these locations, don't miss our playlist with all the vlogs we have done in Ireland. Interesting stories, cheap accommodation, delicious foods, funny moments, and much more in our videos. Please comment down below about your favorite natural places in Ireland. And don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons. Thank you for watching. Until next time, keep exploring, rain or shine.